What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here again on a lovely Wednesday. We are midweek, my friends, midweek. Welcome to the show. Thank you guys again for coming. Make sure you guys smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends so more people can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and everything that's going on in this world because it's a crazy world. But at least we could sit back, relax, and chill out with each other on this show. Thank you guys again for coming. We have a goal of 100 likes and 100 live viewers. So make sure, again, you smash these likes, share the stream out. We have over 25 people here. Everything's climbing right now, which I love to see. It's all about the climb, like Miley Cyrus. It's the climb. You guys know that song? Also, speaking of climbing, speaking of just getting through things, we gotta get through the markets, my friends. And you could do that using Market Cipher. You guys could check out our lovely sponsor, Market Cipher, using code missteencrypto or code Zesty at checkout, using that link for 20% off. You guys have been loving Market Cipher. So again, make sure you guys send that out. Oh my gosh, Chris, you sent me a corgi already. That is my favorite thing on TikTok. Thank you so much for sending that. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you. Again, friends on TikTok, make sure you smash these likes, share the stream with friends, and give me a follow if you can. I want to say hi to everybody here. We have Brian was here first. Thank you for coming. We have Crypto Outcast, Bullduck in the chat, Kenny-O. Much love to Kenny-O. And speaking of Kenny-O, I was with him in the Crypto Lifer chat. And if you guys do not know Crypto Lifer, then please give him a follow and look up his YouTube channel and his Twitter. He's a very nice guy. I was on his channel recently. He's been on my channel a few times. And he just recently suffered a big loss. So if you guys have some spare time and want to give him a follow and just, send some love his way, that would be absolutely amazing. He's been live, even though the passing was only a few days ago. So he's just so strong. So shouts to Crypto Lifer and the Lifer fam. John Legend, thank you for coming. Alexandra G, Colin McKenzie, 69 Zippy, hello, nice to see you came today. All right, Justin Eubanks, yo, he said hashtag not late today. Get after it, Justin, man, get after it. We got Blockchain Bray in the chat as well. We have Hector saying, oh man, the banks are falling. Absolutely, they are indeed. Mustafa is here, Booman is here, Broke Oshi, hola, nice to see you. Crypto Surfer, Paul Christopher said the mic is good. I know, a few days ago. You guys won't let me live that down. Joe Harvey, thanks for coming. I appreciate your kind words in the chat. Terry is here as well. All right, Mark Smithson. Woo! All right, let's get after it. Thank you guys again for coming. I appreciate it. John Germain is here. No G's here with the hype. And we're going... Colin. Oh, yeah, I said hi to Colin. All right, guys, we're going to make sure, again, we spread some love today. We're all about spreading love. We're all about spreading good vibes. Oh, Mar Solo, thank you for your kind words in the chat. You're the best. Appreciate you. Again, make sure you smash these likes, share the stream out with friends. And give me a follow if you can over there on the TikToks. We're going to get started over here and get into the markets because we've been having some price movement. Chirpow is supposed to speak today, so we're going to see what happens with Chirpow. I mean, listen, we can't control anything that he does, whether he raises rates, whether he doesn't. Do we have control over any of it? Absolutely not. But what do we have control over? We have control over our Bitcoin, over our cryptocurrency. And we know with Bitcoin that it is code and code is law. We are executing code. You can't stop people from executing code. If you are participating in the Bitcoin network, you are already acknowledging and agreeing to the consensus of proof of work and the consensus of having every 4 years to control the inflation schedule, a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoin, in addition to you being your own bank and using a decentralized digital cash system. Now that that's out, my mini rant to start off the show again, make sure you guys are smashing these likes. Guys, we need to smash the likes and make sure you enter that poll as well. We are outpacing votes with likes. Let's turn that around. All right. Bitcoin today, right in this moment, $28,330, down 1.23%. Market Cipher is showing a spike in green money flow. We've kind of had a tad of red there. The VWAP is just hanging there under the zero line. Momentum seems to just be just above the zero line, not too much momentum. Like we had the momentum build up here. We had a lot of momentum building up here. We're just not seeing that amount of momentum just returning to Bitcoin. I would really love to see it. Now, if this VWAP, again, friends, we're always looking for that confident pop through with the VWAP, this little yellow wave right here. That's what I want. That's what I would like to see. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin, as you guys can see here. I don't know if you guys could see the ticker. You guys could. Okay, that's good. Now, like I said, we are down 1.24%. Not too much price action, as you can see, the past 3-4 days. There hasn't been much going on. I mean, we had sideways trading, barely any movement, then a drop down to right in between our range here. The top of our range at 28,329 about was our range. 28,400 was the top of our range here. And it just seems like this is a resistance point for Bitcoin. We just can't really break out of this little movement right here. I mean, listen, guys, we know with Bitcoin historically, there's accumulation phases where we just accumulate, we pop, we accumulate, we pop. Is this the same thing here where we're just waiting for another big move for Bitcoin? I really do think so. I think there's going to be another big move for Bitcoin soon. Again, I'm not giving you guys financial advice. Buy, sell, do whatever you need to do. But all I know is that if you were dollar cost averaging since June, you would have been in profit. That's it. This is insane. The buying opportunity that there was here. We know nap time was around. People missed out on nap time. People slept on Bitcoin so hard. And people are still sleeping on Bitcoin. I was in this TradFi Twitter space yesterday, and people are still sleeping on Bitcoin. They're like, what's the point of having Bitcoin? They were like, what does being your own bank mean? That's on Twitter spaces, my friends. So we have a lot of work to do in terms of education right now. Nonetheless, Bitcoin is waiting for a move. People are like worrying about the market cap. People are worrying about the market cap of Bitcoin. They're worrying about all these little things that in the long term do not matter, because what is the only option of you having your own money? It is Bitcoin. That's it. We also have Ethereum right now also in the red, down 0.89%, sitting at $1,854 today. Market Cipher is still telling us there is green money flow, and we're actually spiking a little bit with green money flow on Market Cipher. Now, this VWAP, it looks like it had a sharp turn to the downside. It seems like it's shifting its way back up. Now, I'm looking for that, of course, that pop through. We have maybe this could be an anchor wave, a little trigger wave here, or maybe more little trigger waves. This maybe is a second anchor wave here. But I would love to see more momentum and that momentum really shift. So that way we could have a nice little run with Ethereum, right? If you could look at Ethereum right here, when the VWAP popped confidently below, we had a little bit of a dip for Ethereum. These two red candles right here. Right now, we're just sitting on top of our range right here, which is actually playing out. It's actually pretty crazy how attached to this level Ethereum is. This 1850 level is where Ethereum's just kind of stuck. Now, we have the top of our little range here at $1,820 Ethereum. Seems like, 1850 was, again, a resistance point. Sideways trading, we had wicks there, but we couldn't test it. We had some sideways trading here, a pop, but we just couldn't hold it. Now, is this another consolidation phase for Ethereum or another accumulation phase before it pops off again and returns to this level? We're going to have to see. I really do hope so. If you guys could give me a little bit of give me a little bit of a feel in the chat. Please put a 1 if you are bullish on the crypto market today and you think we're going to recover from all the red that we're seeing. Or do you think, number 2, that we're really not going to make it, friends, and we're going to see more red for the day? Let me know. 1 for green and 2 for red. I would love to see what you guys have to say in the chat. We are midweek. Like I said, we could look at the weekly in terms of Ethereum. And we're still in the red on the weekly, unfortunately, for Ethereum. So hopefully we could turn in this red candle into a green candle and make sure we could, again, have some more bullish momentum here. There's not a lot of volume coming in right now at all. I would love to see more volume. I mean, listen, you have to give the meme coins, some credit here, because the meme coins are probably responsible for a lot of this green money flow coming into Ethereum. I mean, a lot of these meme coins are ERC20 tokens, but we will go into some more different meme coins on other blockchains that are seeming to pop off as well. I'm seeing a lot of mixed responses in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm seeing some 2s. All right. Listen, you never know. A lot of people could say we're taking a dip right now and whatnot, but I don't know. Bitcoin does what it wants when it wants. When a lot of people say we're going down, that's usually when we go up. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, my friends. We also have Litecoin, who has an important event. The halving is coming up. I will not stop talking about it. But Litecoin is getting pretty zesty here. $85.88, down 2.65%. It's taking a bigger hit than the rest of the market. But again, if Litecoin wants to pop up, it definitely could. It doesn't need Bitcoin to follow. Now, we did kind of outline here. We were talking about our money flow. We have a little bit of green money flow here with Litecoin, not too much, which I'm very curious about because a lot of people are getting involved in the Litecoin ecosystem. Now, we have momentum building up here. We have some anchor waves building up, maybe some trigger waves as well on market Cipher here, and we could build up again that beautiful, beautiful momentum. I'm hoping that we could get back above $90 Litecoin. It just seems that $91 is just a huge resistance for Litecoin. But I think we've retested it a few times, twice here, but just couldn't really break through. And it seems like we're just kind of consolidating. We're just sitting here for a while, which we have seen with Litecoin before, right before it broke this $90 level initially on its run up. There was a while where we just couldn't break through, and it seems like we're going through that a little bit right now. We need more volume coming in for Litecoin. We need more zest. We need more love for the Litecoins. Now, Doge is also just sitting here at 0.07777 cents. I think that's very interesting, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. A lot of sevens here. But I do want to see 8-cent Doge again. It just seems like we're just tinkering around that level, but Doge wants to pop off as well. And that is your beautiful market recap. I want to say hi to more people in the chat. Oh man 13 is here as well. Thanks for coming, Joe Harvey. All these people saying ones. All right, we have a mixed response here. Board type Crow said LOL 3. You're such a vibe, Crow. Thank you for showing life or such love before as well. That was awesome. Roland said 3 for sideways. I think we're gonna have some. Sideways trading is not surprising to me, and I think it's kind of healthy to go up, retrace, sideways trade for a while because it shows that these moves aren't radical and they're just not coming from nowhere. You know what I mean? Jaguar Cloud said salutes from Central Florida. What's up, bro? Nice to see you. Listen, we're going to talk about Florida right now. Digi, nice to see you, fam. Thanks for coming. All right. Again, if you guys are members, make sure you throw those member zesty emojis in there. I'm seeing such member love right now. Why not just show off your zesty emojis here? And yeah, let's get after it. We're going to talk about the news. I wanted to throw this video in there because I thought it was really funny. This is in front of First Republic Bank. Just thought this was funny. It was a little picture of Janet Yellen with the little buy Bitcoin right there, and just outside First Republic. I thought this was pretty entertaining. Thought you guys would like that one, just because people are just going to start doing more of these types of things where you're just going to see people advocating for Bitcoin. They'll be outside the banks and straight up advocating for it. Literally, there's more signs. No CBDC sign with a little surveillance camera. Every time a regional bank fails, we're one step closer to a CBDC. This is all outside the bank. This is actually wild. Sal, what's the latest? We're gonna get after the latest right now. Head over to YouTube, my friend. Jacob said BTC will be overthrown and was a test run. Oh boy, my friend. Oh boy. How do you think BTC would be overthrown? Realistically, Jacob. Let's I would actually love to hear your response on that one. Crypto Experiences by St. Jerome. What's up? Hondaland is here. Oh, wait. Is Clint here? I saw someone say hi, Clint. Is Clint Westwood here? Yes, he is. Hi, Clint. Much love to Clint. Oh, Mr. Strap is here as well. All right, cool. We have so many friends here. Let's get after it. Meme coins, friends. Pepe still taking over the world. We could take a look at Pepe here on CoinMarketCap. Pepe is going off, down 9% actually today, but it's pretty much sustaining where it's at. It's sustaining at least a $400,000 market cap, as you guys could see here. It's a little volatile, meme coins. This was an extreme run. I think it was up over 2,100%. Actually wild what's going on with Pepe. Again, it overtakes Dogecoin, Shiba Inu trading volumes as early buyers take profits. Frenzied trading activity has been pushed the newly launched Pepe to garner trading volumes higher than those of Doge and SHIB, which are otherwise the biggest meme coins by trading volume. Pepe trading volume surged to over $250 million in the last 24 hours amid a 100% spike over the weekend in a rally that reversed on Tuesday night. Over the same period, the trading volume on Doge still stood at $225 million, while Shiba Inu volume was over $100 million. It's not that far from Doge, and if you look at Doge, Pepe, they're fundamentally different, right? Oh, Tony, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. This meme coin run is absolutely crazy, right? You have Doge, which is fundamentally different than something like Pepe. Doge is a fork of Bitcoin. It's merged by with Litecoin, and it's an actual proof of work blockchain essentially. And it's low fees, easy to use, convenient Doge. Pepe is a little bit different where it's just a literal, meme coin that's an ERC20 token. And the problem, of course, I see with that is the gas fees. If there is already gas wars, it's ridiculous how much a swap costs on Uniswap, guys. Ridiculous. Now, that's the problem I see with Pepe and things like Sheep, ERC20 meme coins. They're going to have a place, but can you actually use them? And that's where Doge kind of comes into play, because you could actually pay with Doge somewhere, but meme coins, all of this popping off is really insane. And I really like the Pepe run because it's purely community. Most of this trading volume came from decentralized exchanges, and a very small amount of people know how to use a DEX. There's a lot of people in crypto that are comfortable with crypto. They buy crypto, but they use centralized exchanges. Very few people know how to use a DEX or are even interested in going that far. So I think it's pretty awesome what Pepe has done without the big players like the Binances and Coinbases actually listing Pepe for it to get to this point. Amid the banking crisis as well is another thing you have to think about. Pepe doing 100% gains in one weekend, where banks over the weekend go to zero, right? You have bank stocks crashing, failing left and right, yet you have meme coins popping off. So traditional investors are getting crushed by people who are literally investing in meme coins. People investing in meme coins are doing way better than TradFi people, and that's pretty crazy to say. Now, there is a Bitcoin BRC20 token standard, and it's becoming a new destination for meme tokens. Bitcoin's BRC20 token standard has become the latest trend in the crypto ecosystem, especially after Pepe's rise. A total of 8,500 different tokens have been minted using the BRC20 standard, with the majority of these tokens being meme coins like Pepe and Meme. BRC is an experimental token standard on the Bitcoin blockchain modeled on the ERC20. It allows programmers to create and send fungible tokens via the Ordinals protocol. Although modeled after the ERC20, BRC20 standard fundamentally differs from Ethereum. BRC20 tokens don't make the use of smart contract. The token standard also requires a Bitcoin wallet to mint and trade these tokens. It was created in early March by an anonymous on-chain analyst called Domo. The objective was to make it possible for fungible tokens to be issued and transferred on the Bitcoin blockchain. The market cap of these tokens exploded and currently sits at $120 million, a 600% rise in the past week. The volume passed and peaked on May 1st at 366,000 transactions, with the number of transactions being 2.36 million. And then transaction fees surged because of all of these things going on the blockchain here. But it's really surprising to see that people are going all the way over to Bitcoin, and they really want to build on Bitcoin and have Bitcoin meme coins. It's pretty interesting what's going on. People are just spreading all of this around, all of it. We got Emma in the chat, Lord of Cages. Everything wants to be Dogecoin, but Dogecoin is Dogecoin. I kind of agree with you. I think, listen, will people really in the long run be trading Bitcoin like tokens? I don't think so. I think this is like a nice trend for right now. And I'm here for the innovation. Do not give me hate. I am here for the innovation 100%. It's just expensive. It's really expensive to transact and do things like that on Bitcoin. It takes up a lot of network. It congests the network is what I mean to say. Just a lot of things, with Bitcoin. I just think Bitcoin, people want to save their Bitcoin. I don't know if Bitcoin, tokens are really going to have this high trading volume for like the mainstream in the future. It also needs to be more accessible. Again, I'm here for the innovation. I think meme coins really do kick off the bull run and things like that. If you guys flash back to 2020 where Uniswap was popping off, grocery store tokens were popping off, this led to DeFi summer. Then it led to NFTs, people getting into NFTs, liquidity flowing back into the market. Then Bitcoin started to run as well. And then the full-on bull market was there. And then you had people selling a $69 million NFT. And you had all these meme coins just surging and surging. Then Doge was popping off. Then the meme stocks, and just a real revolution started to happen. And meme coins really do show the power of, again, community. Especially Pepe. Pepe doesn't have the support of the mainstream. It doesn't have all these big centralized exchanges supporting it. This is mainly community just showing that we have the power. Bank stocks are crashing. Bank stocks are going to literally zero. Bank failures are happening globally. But meme coins are popping off and making people insane amounts of money. Yes, it is volatile, so please do your own research on that. I'm not saying to ape into meme coins at all. I'm saying to do your own research. And this is, again, just a grand scheme of what's happening right now. And it just shows the power of, again, a free market. Bank stocks going to zero. You don't get to control when you trade those. But the meme coins, you get to trade these things whenever you want. You get to actually take the risk if you want to of it shooting up and you making those gains, or it going to zero and you losing your wallet or your balance over it. I was going to say something else, but I figured I would skip that. Arvin said people need to stop trading crypto assets. This is the reason crypto is called securities. Crypto is a commodity, which is money. However, security like stock is tradable. So I don't think a lot of these are securities. I think like these are digital assets. This is just code. How can you regulate code? You know what I mean? You know, you can't regulate code. Did you know assets? Like, I know what you mean. Yes, of course, there's going to be rugs. There's going to be things like that. But things like that happen in TradFi all the time. Now, again, at the end of the day, you cannot stop someone from creating a smart contract and executing that code upon the blockchain and other people interacting with that code and acquiring those tokens on the blockchain. You, again, cannot stop that. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's unstoppable. It can't be controlled. And that is why the mainstream is scared of it. And that's why they're trying to regulate it when, again, you cannot. GF Burke, what's up? Did you know assets says, I understand what you mean. Thank you for understand what I mean. Enlightened said, love from Ghana, love your channel and what I'm doing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Enlightened. Much love to you. You're enlightening me today. Crypto surfer with all those lightning bolts. I appreciate it. Kenny O said, can you talk about the White House proposing the tax? You know what? Because you said it, Kenny O, I'll jump right into that. I'll jump right into it. A bounty on Bitcoin miners industry slams Biden's 30% tax. What is this, my friends? I saw this morning and I was outraged. And friends, I will be outraged if you guys do not smash these likes. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be mad at you. But please smash these likes, share this stream out, and let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. Come on, friends. Come on. I see you out there. I know you're watching. And I know you're like, oh, she keeps asking me to hit this like, but I didn't do it yet. And you feel guilty. Hit that like. You got it. Again, a bounty on Bitcoin miners. There's a 30% tax incoming. The Biden administration argued it should enact a 30% tax on the cost of electricity by Bitcoin mining to address the economic and environmental costs. What environmental cost is there? The digital asset mining energy, DAME, excise tax, if passed, would have a phase-in period and, quote, encourage firms to start taking better account of the harms they impose on society. The tax is estimated to bring in $3.5 billion in revenue over the next 10 years. Bitcoin mining companies are directing their ire at the Biden administration for what they see as a blatant attempt to push crypto to the fringes. Riot, one of the largest Bitcoin mining companies, deemed the proposed tax and told Blockworks the U.S. should be leading the world in development on the Bitcoin network. True. Quote, it's hard to overstate how bad an idea this is, Riot said in a statement exclusively provided to Blockworks. This proposal would push financial innovation and jobs away from America to other jurisdictions overseas, while causing harmful environmental outcomes and increased national security risk for the United States. It was previously reported that Riot's tiff with the New York Times after the paper published a story about Riot platform's own mining in Rockdale and use as much electricity as 300,000 homes in the vicinity, which again, a lot of this is FUD, my friends. Marathon Digital CEO Fred Thiel also jumped into the fray. He told Blockworks that the Biden administration's plan has more to do with eliminating crypto than with the meaningful action on climate change. His reason is saying that the Bitcoin tax is going to push Bitcoin mining offshore, which is true, again, because China banned Bitcoin mining, but yet they are still mining there a lot. The White House addressed the concern, but only in passing. Quote, although the potential for crypto mining to relocate abroad, such as to areas with dirtier energy production, is a concern, other countries are increasingly moving to restrict crypto asset mining. China banned such activity completely in 2021, as have 8 other countries. This is really sad because the Bitcoin Mining Council's 2022 fourth quarter reported that Bitcoin mining consumes 0.17% of the world's energy productions. If those figures are correct, data from the Energy Information Administration shows residential lighting and televisions use slightly more than the U.S. crypto mining operations, while computers use less. Quote, if you just blanketly add 30% cost to mining, you would significantly impact profitability, potentially making them unprofitable, which would essentially shut them down. This is basically a bounty on Bitcoin miners. And there you have it. An actual Bitcoin mining crackdown is happening by the White House nonetheless. Why push innovation out of this country when you could welcome it and have it prosper? The digital asset mining energy excise tax, if passed, could encourage firms to take better account of the harms they impose to society. What harm does Bitcoin mining do to society? They want to make money off of it. The tax estimates a $3.5 billion revenue in the next 10 years to the White House. This comes after Riot, which is one of the largest Bitcoin mining companies, was condemned by the New York Times, saying that they are causing households and all of these people to increase their energy usage. They're saying it's so bad to have these people do Bitcoin mining. The New York Times published a story saying that they use as much electricity as 300,000 homes in the vicinity. There are a lot of people pushing back on this. There are other states that are supportive of Bitcoin mining. You also have a bill that was brought up to Congress and was brought to the White House saying that Bitcoin mining incentivizes renewable energy. You could use wasted methane as fuel for Bitcoin mining in Texas. There was a heat wave, and Bitcoin miners were able to shut down their operations and return energy back to the power grid for people to be able to sustain everything going on in Texas. Now, how is Bitcoin mining so bad? I don't understand. I don't get it. Dad Bod Baboon, what's up, fam? And also, Boom Man is here, right? I saw Boom Man before. Oh, Corey is here. He said, I'm here watching. Well, hello, my friend. Thank you for coming. What's going on, guys, in the chat? I see so many emojis, but I don't see them on this end, so I gotta look over here. Dad Bob Baboon, much love for you, man. I see your hearts in the chat. There you go. No G's like, tell him I'm dead. Mark Smithson said, are gas fees high on oatmeal raisin cookies? No. Door Gunner, yo, everyone, what's up, fam? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Vinny Black Lodge is here. Ricochet Rabbit, what's up? All right, Meninja's here. Lord of Cages, have I seen the story on Robinhood and what they have coming for crypto? I did not see the Robinhood story yet. Is this new? Is it from today? Because I was looking at news all morning. Dixie's here as well. Hola, GF Burke. My kid's gaming machine gonna pay a tax on it. I'm dead. Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. Oh.
Dad Bod Baboon, and I thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Boo Man and Dad Bod Baboon. Thank you for your $2 super chat. I appreciate your love. I do appreciate your love. KG is here as well. You said, always here watching. Miss Teen Rocks. I appreciate you so much. Black Sheep is here. CMC said, love the channel. Much love to you, fam. Listen, again, there's a major hit coming out on Bitcoin mining by the White House, even in the economic report of the president. They were saying Bitcoin mining is so bad and Bitcoin hasn't announced a move for proof of stake. How can Bitcoin announce a move to proof of stake when there's no CEO of Bitcoin? On top of that, Bitcoin mining incentivizes renewable energy. There have been tons of bills put to Congress and our government saying that Bitcoin again incentivizes renewable energy. There was a heat wave in Texas. How was power returned to the grid with Bitcoin miners? They said we are shutting down our operations and saving the Texas power grid. Other countries where people are in third world countries, which is crazy that, again, first world countries are not adopting a technology as fast as third world countries. Third world countries like in Africa and things like that and other places within Africa are actually using Bitcoin mining with their wasted energy And with the water, you have water flowing, all these things happening. And Bitcoin mining actually works with all of it. It's pretty insane. Did I miss a super chat? Boo Man, I said thank you to you. Thank you again for your $2 super chat. I don't think I missed another one. Network Bits is here as well. Oh, I mean Joe. I didn't mean to call him Network Bits. He's probably mad at me now. Oh, Gary Gensler is here. Oh, Gary. Gary, bro, are you fixing... You got to clean up your act, Gary. Like, you know I'm here for you and everything, but you got to clean up your act. Cool Cat Crypto is here as well. Yeah, listen, guys, do your own research on Bitcoin mining. It's literally, they're trying to control everything. It's insane. Like, what if we, like, calculate the amount of power? You know what? Here's this, right? The bounty on Bitcoin mining. The White House wants to impose a 30% tax on the cost of the electricity by Bitcoin mining to address the economic and environmental costs, because it could potentially bring in $3.5 billion in revenue over the next 10 years. Why don't we do taxes on the banks for all the energy they use to keep their doors open? How about we tax them on the energy usage and their carbon footprint with all of their fiat ATMs everywhere? How much does it cost for those bricks or whatever trucks to go through the streets to go to all the banks with the cash inside them? How much gas and carbon emissions are those cars using to drop off the cash at the banks? I would like those questions answered. How much energy does it take for the money printer to keep going burr? How much energy does it take for the traditional financial system to operate with all the computers, all the servers that have to go through for the banks, the Federal Reserve servers, the whole interbanking system to work in those computers? How much energy does that take compared to Bitcoin mining? I would love to know. Bitcoin mining incentivizes renewable energy, not the banks that are wasting all of this energy on their actual storefronts, their ATMs, and the money printer going burr, all these computer systems that they have to have working for all of the banks in the interbanking system. How much energy does that take up? All those cars I have to drive to the banks to drop off the cash, how much money does that take up? I would love to know. There is straight up hypocrisy with the energy usage between Bitcoin mining and the banks. Got it. Now that we have that cleared up, Anonymous ETC is here. Thanks for coming. Using heat from proof of work in different ways is a game changer. Literally, right? People don't even have heaters in their house. People are mining Bitcoin and using the heat from the miners to circulate their home in the winter so that they stay all toasty. BC is in the chat. What's up, BC? Hondaland, it's not even paper, it's fabric. Exactly, Hondaland. Or even the fiat. Where's the dollar? I need to get a dollar. Guys, I actually got my fiat wallet out. You see how small this is? This is how little I carry on me. This is for the spa too. Like, I don't even, dude. How much energy? How many trees, or this isn't even paper, it's like a different type of paper. How much energy and how many natural resources does it take to print these? How much energy does it take to disperse these through the ATMs and the banks? How much energy and carbon footprint does it take for these cars to deliver these fiat dollars to the banks every day? How much does the money printer cost? How much energy does that use compared to Bitcoin mining? That's global. And incentivizing renewable energy. What renewable anything comes from this? Away. Away and away. I threw my fiat. because I'm done with it. GT said I look all grown up. I do feel grown up. I do feel like a grown up. Mike said, Joe, get your lady a bigger wallet. It's so small. I've had this wallet for years. It's actually like falling apart a little bit. That's how long I've had it. But it's like I can't get rid of it. I'm like attached to it. It's good. Like, you know, you go out, like, especially like if you're like wearing jeans and stuff, like you could like hook this on to like your actual pants so you don't lose it. That's how like clumsy I am. I drop things, whatever. But this is a great wallet and it's so small because I barely carry anything in it. Dang. Alexandra G said, you want to be like me when you grow up? Oh, no. Thank you. I appreciate that. Corey Butler, I need $1. Use it. Why don't you use your digital dollar? Because that's something that's incoming. But Ron DeSantis is here to fight it. Listen up, my friends. And make sure you are smashing those likes. I see so many people in this chat. You better be smashing these likes for the passion, for the love that we all have for this space. Steve on TikTok, all you friends on TikTok, please head over to youtube.com/missteencrypto. You'll have a way better experience with this show. Listen in to Sir Ron DeSantis from Florida.
I think what the danger of the digital currency is that, one, they want to make that the sole currency. They want to get rid of crypto, which my view is like if you want to invest in crypto, it's up to you. You can do it. I mean, like you can make those decisions. But they don't like crypto because they can't control crypto. So they want to put everything in a central bank digital currency. And I guarantee you, if they're able to ever get away with that, they will impose ESG and social credit scores onto that. And that's going to be a huge reduction in freedom for people in this country. And so what we've said, what we're going to say in Florida is they haven't done it yet. I don't think Congress would authorize it. But if the Fed or the Treasury tries to do it unilaterally in Florida, we'll have a prohibition against that. And I think that that's ensuring your financial independence and making sure that we don't have a financial surveillance state where they know every transaction that you're making. I think that that's fundamentally wrong. So we're recognizing the dangers with this agenda. I think what...
Boom! Ron DeSantis, boom! Oh, sheesh. Oh, sheesh, Ron DeSantis. He said, this is pure control. Surveillance over every transaction you make. CBDCs are not freedom. Central bank digital currencies are total control. He even said, Ron DeSantis, if you want to invest in crypto, then invest in crypto. But the reason that they don't like crypto is because they cannot control it. With the central bank digital currency, they can control every single thing you do. You choose to fill up your car too many times. Nope. Too much of a carbon footprint. You go and want to purchase maybe some gas. Fill up some cars. Get gas for your barbecue. Nah, we don't like you barbecuing. Not gonna work. Oh, you know, there's some sort of restriction. You can't leave within 10 miles of your home, but you go 10.5 miles from your home to 7-Eleven to go get a donut. Banned. Central bank digital currencies are not freedom. Bitcoin cryptocurrency represents freedom. You could transact whenever you want, to wherever you want, wherever they are in the world, permissionlessly and instantly with Bitcoin. There's nobody stopping you.
In YouTube, pull up CNBC television. They have an interview you should see from Robinhood head of crypto. Bullish AF.
Lord of Cages, thank you for the $5 super chat. CNBC, they had an interview with Robinhood. Was this today, Cages? Because if there's an article, CNBC, Robinhood, crypto. Hold on. I'm doing some of the researches right now. Hold on. This is a 15-minute video. I can't play that yet. If I watched it beforehand, I would definitely pull it up. I think I have. Oh, okay. So they have a new wallet feature. Okay. So here's a little. I don't think this isn't a full thing. Ugh, grr. Yeah, all they really say about it is that there's going to be a new Web3 feature. Yeah, that's all I got here. Is Crypto World speaks with Robinhood's general manager from Consensus about the platform making money on digital assets and the new feature available to fund Web3 wallets.
Rebrand, Tenacious Crypto.
Thank you for the $10 super chat, Digi. I appreciate you. Miss Tenacious Crypto. Throw a 1 in the chat if you like Miss Tenacious Tikto. Tikto. I was like looking at TikToks, my brain. Put a 1 in the chat if you like Miss Tenacious Crypto. Put a 2 in the chat if you like missteencrypto. Let's do a vote for Digi. But thank you. I appreciate you, fam. Miss Tenacious Crypto. I kind of like it. It's like rare. You know what I mean? Like roar. You know. I kind of like it. It's a vibe. But Lord of Cages, tomorrow, my friend, if I have a chance to watch this, because now there's a huge ad and it's craziness. But I don't see anything, like no one really tweeting about it. Dang. All right. I'll get more news on it, my friend. I apologize. I did not see this beforehand. We're going to move on. We're still on the CBDC train, guys. Retail CBDCs bring unknown consequences to the financial system, right? Frankie Tanky Coin. A myriad of unforeseeable consequences could be brought about by retail central bank digital currencies, the managing director of International Monetary Fund has claimed. The IMF's Kristalina Georgieva erred on the side of caution regarding the retail CBDCs on a May 1st interview with the Milken Institute's 2023 Global Conference. Georgieva explained the IMF considers retail CBDCs to have far more room for error than wholesale CBDCs. Quote, we think that wholesale CBDCs can be put in place with fairly little space for undesirable surprises, whereas retail CBDCs completely transform the financial system in a way that we don't quite know what the consequences it could bring. Again, the retail CBDCs, they could cause a bank run where people, again, aren't using the banks anymore. They're literally being issued money directly from the central bank or the Federal Reserve if you're here in the U.S. Now, retail CBDCs are, again, state-backed virtual currencies issued by the central banks for customers and businesses. Wholesales are mostly like central bank issued, but they're more for financial institutions, more for bank-to-bank purchases. The IMF is collaborating with about 50 countries to ensure the best practices are adopted, but she expects to have a huge influence on the banks and economies in the future. She said, we will see a very significant transformation that comes from CBDCs. Quote, even in the U.S., where that was for quite some time a topic of not great interest, where now there is engagement, and for the right reason, the future has arrived. The IMF announced on April 12th they will publish a CBDC handbook to help central banks with CBDC design and implementation. The Financial Agency of the United Nations said that the decision came following unprecedented levels of interest from nations around the world. You heard it here, friends. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, is calling for wholesale CBDCs, but a tiny bit hesitant on retail CBDCs. Do we believe them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They say, oh, wholesale CBDCs, that's good. There's less room for errors there. But retail CBDCs may be a problem. That is a lie, my friends, because what we are seeing now across the world are global banking crises where regional banks, smaller banks, are closing down and being acquired by the larger banks. Now, what this leads you to is smaller banks disappearing. Only the big banks are in control, where there's only going to be a handful. And those banks are of course, working and collaborating with the government. If you look at the FedNow program, which is going to be the payment rail of CBDCs, that is coming out this summer. It is all a lead up to CBDCs, and the banks are involved with it. So the banks, once we consolidate, once they trap us into a few big banks, then we are just handed off to the central banks and the Federal Reserve, and we are fully under control. That is what's happening right now. So retail CBDCs, they're going to happen. They're just saying maybe not right this second, but they are happening, because even last year, the Biden administration, they were looking into central bank digital currencies. Jerome Powell, he's going live today. Well, we saw the last time he was live, or 2 lives ago, he was talking about retail and wholesale CBDCs and how they are happening. This is not something we can escape from. What we need to do is educate people on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency so that way people understand the difference between total control and absolute freedom. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 more likes until 100 likes. We better be getting after that, friends. We have 116 votes in the poll and only 89 likes. My friends. Let's smash these likes. Oops. Oh no, I lost one of my articles. Oh no, I have to get that back. Oh no. Where did that go? Okay, there we go. Got it back, my friends. DCG's CFO steps down, as we were talking about, but the crypto conglomerate is repaying a $350 million loan, which I found pretty interesting. So again, Digital Currency Group, which was also in collaboration with Gemini at one point, they were doing the Earn program, of course. Digital Currency Group really fell off the ball here and left them high and dry at Gemini. Barry Silbert, I haven't really heard anything from him, but their CFO stepped down in April and revealed that it fully repaid a $350 million senior secured term loan during the first quarter. Cranes became the CFO 2 years ago, and TCG engaged again other law firms in order to be able to do this. But also in the letter, DCG reported their first quarter revenue was $180 million, which was up 63% from the fourth quarter of last year. And it reported $6 million loss in last quarter. The company was hit hard by the collapse of Genesis and everything leading up to that in bankruptcy. But DCG said based on the first quarter performance, it's head toward 2023 revenue and EBITDA of about $620 million and $140 million, respectively, which excludes the Gemini Genesis business, which remains in Chapter 11. So there's a lot going on with DCG. Waiting on more clarity from there. But again, all this money being thrown around. Did anyone get their money back from the Earn program? I don't even think so, which is really unfortunate. Wow, there's so much love in this chat. Like, it's actually insane. Thanks for all the love. We got 5 more likes until 100. Let's make sure we're hitting that like. Alex Mashinsky, my friends, we remember him. Back in October, we found out he withdrew $10 million from Celsius before freezing customer accounts. A source close to the matter told FT that the withdrawal had been pre-planned and was linked to Mashinsky's estate planning. Leading up to the withdrawal, Mashinsky would reportedly withdraw small amounts of crypto for taxes, the source said, and he consistently deposit crypto in amounts that totaled up to what he withdrew in May. So again, Alex Mashinsky being sneaky. Now he denies baseless fraud claims from New York State. Look at this face. Do we trust him? I don't know. Put it in the chat, friends. Do we trust him or no? Put a yes or a no. Fraud claims against Alex Mashinsky are baseless and based upon online misinformation, the Celsius co-founder and former CEO said in a response to a lawsuit brought by New York State. In a Tuesday filing, Mashinsky's lawyers responded to claims by the New York Attorney General Letitia James that he had misled investors about the crypto lender's financial health while he was chief executive officer. The complaint parrots misinformation online about Mashinsky and Celsius Network LLC, borrows others' baseless conclusions, and demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of Celsius businesses and Mashinsky's role therein. The bankruptcy filing, which was in July, was due to a lot of external events that were outside the control of Celsius or Alex, saying that James cynically cherry-picks fragments of statements and sound bites of YouTube videos to reassure investors. To earn accounts that at issue were not securities under the well-established law, and the complaint fails to plead adequately the existence of securities or commodities in Celsius business's model. It's actually insane what's happening here because it's just back and forth and no clarity. Disputing James's claims that, again, the company should have been registered as a dealer in financial instruments. In January, James said Mashinsky used false and misleading representations to induce customers to deposit billions of dollars, promising high yields from loans to be low risk in YouTube videos and other promotional material, which is true. Alex was saying, don't trust the banks. This is the new bank. So it's just really funny how all of this is turning out now. Now, Do you guys like Sports Illustrated? Do you like seeing fit, cool individuals in the magazine? I know a lot of people like the Sport Illustrated. Check out what they're doing. They're entering NFTs. This is, I wanted to end on a nice spicy note, something that's cool and nice for all of us. Gary, in the chat, Gary, do you enjoy Sports Illustrated? Is that something you enjoy? Jay Erler said you're bullish. Are you bullish on Alex? No. No. Gary Gensler said yes. So you are a fan of Sports Illustrated. Booman said not since they started using guy models. I don't think that's terrible, right? I don't know. Equality. Web3 Me said regulation, CBDC, and crypto tax announcements coming to a crypto theater near you. It literally is, right? Like, imagine, like, let me get into character. In a world where there's total control and the TradFi system is crumbling, there comes one thing that can save us all. Bitcoin, a decentralized digital cash electronic system that is decentralized again, promises people and assures people that you own your wealth, while CBDC central banks are trying to crack down and control us all. Want to make a purchase? Slammed. Want to step outside and touch grass? No. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. Web3 Me did a good one. Okay. In a world where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is adopted and people are sovereign and free to make the transactions they want to transact with, but then there comes an evil villain, the central banks, and the central bank digital currencies that want to take away the freedom of the people. But they won't let that happen because we're proving our work. The people are proving that they want a decentralized digital cash system that assures people that they could be their own bank and transact whenever they want, wherever they want, wherever they are in the world, instantly. In a theater near you, coming out on May 3rd, 2023. Was that cool? I enjoyed doing that. I want to do more. I want to do more voiceovers. Kenny Misteen with the Morgan Freeman voice. I don't think I was that. Morgan Freeman. He has like that. Like he's good with the narration. You know. I don't think I'm that good. WV Alley Cat, you're enjoying that. Alexandra G's throwing all these emojis in there, making me feel really good about this. Oh my gosh, Terry Booland, I will hire you for Zesty Movies. Let's get after it. Let's get the movies. Listen, I'm waiting for my movie deal. I'm waiting for someone to hit me up and be like, listen, Randy, we need you for the movies. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to do like a revolutionary. Gary Gensler said, you want to do one for... So should I do like an inner world of Gary Gensler? Okay, hold on. I could do that. Hold on. In a world where Gary Gensler gives crypto regulation clarity, well, you flash back to 2018 where Gary was just a regular crypto bro teaching his classes at MIT, saying that 3/4 of crypto wasn't a security, that they are cash crypto commodities. Ether is not a security, even a fan of Algorand. But then there was a turn, and Gary Gensler became chairman of the Security Exchange Commission, the United States SEC, and he changed. He became a friendly crypto bro to a TradFi villain of sorts. Cracking down on crypto, pushing innovation away. But there is one person, there is one community that can bring back the zest. And that is the Bitcoin cryptocurrency community. Will save TradFi. This is the movie Gary Gensler. In theaters, July of 2023 when the FedNow program comes out. And seen Is that good? Is that good? I am a little crazy. I know you guys are like, she's definitely not normal. And I'm not normal by any stretch. Vinny said, you gotta be verbally diverse. LOL, use my masculine voice. I feel like that was my masculine voice. Like, in a world. Like, you know? Like, oh, in a world. You know, in a world with Gary Gensler. Wait, whose birthday is it? Is it someone's birthday? Hold on. Whose birthday is it? Oh, sheesh. Lord of Cages said May 8th is your birthday. Well, happy early birthday, my friend. When is that? That's on Monday. So, oh my gosh, Lord of Cages, your birthday will be on the 100th episode of the Daily Zest. This is Daily Zest number 97, I believe. Wow. Woo. Wow, that's great. Happy early birthday, friend. Make sure to be here on Monday, and I'll give you a nice zesty birthday shout out. That's awesome, man. Happy early birthday. Everyone throw some birthday love in there. Brian's birthday is in November. That's very nice, my friend. Why be normal? Normal is boring. I agree, Alley Cat. You guys, you know what? You guys accept me for who I am. And thank you for that. Thank you for accepting me and my weird sense of humor. Last story, guys. I'm going to get into it. Let's make sure we get 125 likes out here, man. Sports Illustrated launches NFT ticketing platform on Polygon. U.S. Sports Illustrated is launching an NFT ticketing platform on Polygon. Sports Illustrated ticketing marketplace SI Tickets has developed a box office in partnership with Ethereum software company from Consensus, the company behind crypto wallet MetaMask. The announcement on Tuesday says it will be the world's first complete NFT ticket service, allowing event owners, organizers, and promoters to use box office to build further engagement opportunities into tickets such as highlights, collectibles, and offers through a feature called Super Ticket. Dave Lane, SI Ticket CEO, said in a press release that the goal of the marketplace was to disrupt the primary ticket market. Quote, blockchain is the future of ticketing, and now owners, promoters, hosts, and attendees have access to an advanced ticketing experience that transforms the adequate barcode into an engaging and collectible content. The use of NFTs as tickets has been touted by the community, which I've been talking about forever. Imagine you go to a crypto conference, your NFT ticket, you use that to get into the conference, you get discounts and all that stuff. It's so amazing. So again, you have really big people coming into the ticketing space in terms of adoption. So Sports Illustrated is launching an NFT ticketing platform on Polygon. Ticketmaster launched their platform as well for NFTs, because crypto NFTs, they offer you a different opportunity. You actually get to own your assets, whether that's a ticket to a concert or an event, or your birth certificate, a diploma, your real estate deeds, anything you can own with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You actually get the opportunity to own your assets, Bitcoin, crypto. You're able to own your money. You're able to be your own bank. But with NFTs, you're able to, again, own your tickets, own your events, own your memories, essentially, own your own data, own your identity. If you are taking place and you go to, let's say, the 50th Super Bowl or something like that, where it's a historic day and you have a ticket on the blockchain, people will usually resell those types of memorabilia on a secondary market. Now it's actually on the blockchain and you can verify that you were actually there. This is the real ticket of that event. It actually really has value. And you probably have a number ticket of which number you are, where you were, etc., etc. Oh, that's a passionate comment. Why, Gary, why are you upset, Gary? Ardman, hi. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. All right. What is going on? Own your own identity. That's the big selling point. Exactly. But that's what you're really doing, is owning your identity. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, you're able to be your own bank, transact whenever you want, hold your value. But with NFTs and blockchain, you really amplify that with, again, owning your identity, owning your data. Oh, I'm going to a conference. Oh, I'm going to a concert. I'm able to savor that memory in my wallet and know that that's my real ticket and I was actually there. It's proof of work in a way. You also are able to own a ton of other things. Let's say you have a birth certificate, a high school diploma. I would love to have had an NFT to prove that I went to high school. It's on the blockchain. That Randy went to this high school and was issued this diploma on this date. A real estate deed to know that my house is really mine and no one can take it from me. No one could create fraudulent certificates and fake documents, which happens all the time. You're able to own your identity in a way where you actually sign things, where someone can forge your signature in the traditional financial system. Someone could fake your signature, they could fake your identity, but if you own your wallet, right? You are in your wallet, you have your identity, you are the only one that can make a transaction. You're the only one that can sign your transactions. So it's very important that we, again, spread adoption and be able to, again, be our own bank, but be our own data, own our own data and be our own identity. As crazy as that sounds, we don't own our identity. Our data is out there everywhere, but you are able to secure your data with blockchain. Woof, we are popping off with the likes, my friends. Thank you guys very much for attending today. Will I be streaming Chirpow speaking in 20 minutes? Oh boy, he's in 20 minutes. I didn't know. I thought he went on later than 20 minutes. I thought he was going on a 2. I don't know. Should I be streaming that? Flat Smack, what's up? Block Gambit. That's a great idea. Protocol, which mints NFTs for important documents. Yeah, man. Even the California DMV, I think they're using Tezos for something of the likes of that. But it's really important. It really is. Again, there was a notification that just went out in the chat to subscribe to me on twitter.com/missteencrypto. Definitely do that if you could. Through the web. I don't know if mobile is working. If anyone wants to let me know, then definitely let me know. I still have 1 subscriber from yesterday because I think there was a glitch on where people could sub. But if you use that link and go directly to the chat, then definitely feel free to subscribe. It's a new thing. Kenny, maybe you got your time wrong. I don't know. Let me see. When is Jerome Powell speaking? 2 p.m. Yeah, it's another hour until I think it's 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Yeah, I think it's 2. Yeah, 11:30 a.m. PST. So that's 2:30 here. Yeah. Gary knows when he's speaking. Of course, Gary. So exactly. I'm not going to be here for another hour, unfortunately, but thank you for the thought, though. If it was earlier, like if it was like actually in 20 minutes, I would have stuck around. But another hour, I don't think I can, unfortunately. I will be live on TikTok again, my friends on TikTok later. I'll be live with Blockchain Boy. That's going to be a really fun stream. I'm excited for that. But thank you guys again for coming today. This was a really great show. And make sure, again, you guys do your own research, spread crypto adoption, and make sure other people know what's going on in this world. It's really important to educate everyone and to let people know that it's important and it's okay to step outside the traditional system and enter a new decentralized ecosystem where you own your money, where you are actually in control. It might be scary to leave the traditional financial system and leave the banks and say, no, I'm going to be fully responsible for all of my money. That might be a little intimidating, but once you download a wallet, once you actually transact with Bitcoin, you realize how simple it is. You realize how empowering it is to be your own bank and know that you own your money, that you can transact whenever you want, wherever you are in the world instantly, permissionlessly. No one to hold Bitcoin. No one to say, no, you can't transact. You choose when you want to transact. Blockchain enables you to own your identity. Own your data that's currently being sold by all of these third parties. Own yourself. Own your assets. Respect your time. Respect your value. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin to exist. How many people are there in the world? Take control of yourself. Take control of your wealth. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow at noon. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.